Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Echo Chamber, where the conversations bounce around, the opinions get louder, and nothing gets solved.
Yeah, basically it's just two dudes shouting into the void and sometimes making sense by accident.
Now, I'm Terry, the professional overthinker and part time snack connoisseur.
Yeah, you look like that. And I'm Kevin, full time instigator, part time responsible adult.
Very part time. Every week, we jump into the Echo Chamber and talk about life's big questions. Sometimes we think about, is it acceptable to eat cold pizza for breakfast? Or why does Wi Fi never work when you need it most? And maybe why, seriously, why does one sock always vanish?
Oh, sock portals, Terry. The government doesn't want you to know that. Come on now.
Stay woke, friends. Today's first official topic, whether it's unpopular opinions we will die defending, things this society just needs to get over, etc. We don't know. We'll just jump into it from the get go.
Yeah, remember, we may be loud, we may be wrong, but at least we're confident about it. I am anyway. I don't know if you are, but
I'm very confident.
yeah,
So let's start the show off tonight, Kevin, and let's talk about this weekend.
yes,
A lot of folks
Memorial.
only
Yeah,
um, enjoy it because they get a 3 day weekend out of it. But you and
they
I, on
do.
the other hand, know why we're doing it.
Yeah, so yeah, barbecue and cold beer and celebration, right?
For most.
Yeah, for most, but means something different to those of us who have a connection to that sort of thing. So here's something I just looking at it. So Memorial Day originated during the American Civil War. It was first observed on May 30th, 1868, as Decoration Day to honor the Union soldiers who died in the war. I thought that was kind of interesting. So we know it as for those who served who didn't get the never got out of the uniform. That's what it means to us. So,
Right. That's fact.
yeah, and so every year we do celebrate with barbecue and cold beer, but I always toast to those who didn't make it out. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And we also even toast those ones that are currently serving because they never know if they're going to be able to come back to their families or
yeah, they don't, and hmm, you hear people complain, and you think about those guys, and it's like, shut up,
not. Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah. If I wouldn't get in trouble, I'd smack you right in the mouth.
Yeah. And if I didn't think anybody was looking, I'd still do it.
Yeah.
But you know,
But you know,
so
it's a lot easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission.
oh, 100%. You can talk your way out of it sometimes, but if you ask, no, the answer is no. We learned that. We learned that a long time ago in just about everything. So,
Right.
yeah. So to those who didn't come home, cheers.
Yeah. Here's to you. Cheers.
Yeah. So another
Yeah.
interesting.
Go ahead.
What? Go ahead. No, no, no,
No,
no.
go ahead.
I was going to say another interesting fact is Fruit Loops are all the same flavor. I think we were talking earlier. I don't know if I believe that or not.
I can't. I just. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about cereal. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, so the cereal, yeah, it probably does. I don't know. I was sorry about that. I'd gotten off topic.
Only in America.
Only in America, baby. So Fruit Loops come in all shapes and sizes, and they do not look the same to me. But
And I guarantee you, they probably don't taste the same either.
I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna know. I don't think so. I'll say I don't want to know. But
Yeah. And in
what else is?
addition to this weekend, we're also going to be watching the Indianapolis 500.
Oh yeah.
Those of us here in Indiana, it's a big deal for us because it's on Fox this year, and it's
Uh-huh.
sold out. So Fox lifted the Speedway actually lifted the blackout, so everybody gets to watch it
Nice.
in real time.
Why did they have them to begin with? What was that about?
The blackouts,
Yeah.
because they didn't sell out every seat.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
It's all about money.
it is all about money. Now, if you lived in somewhere else, like where you're at, South Carolina, you could have watched it, firsthand.
But you can. You're right there.
Well, I can this. Well, I could before
No,
just
you
because of my
couldn't, but
TV service, but
I got
you would be able to watch it if it wasn't sold out.
you.
I would have to wait for the replay.
I'll be darned. Well, here's a fun fact about me that you don't know. Me being in the dirty South, I have never, I shouldn't even say this, I've never been to a NASCAR race, nor have I ever watched one on TV. Can you believe that?
Well, you wouldn't like it now.
Yeah.
I used to be a big NASCAR fan back when it was NASCAR.
Yeah, now it's politically
Now it's
correct.
like I'm gonna put every regulation against you, and it's stupid. I mean, I still like watching it, but I don't follow it like I used to.
Yeah. It's like everything else, man. I don't know. Everything's kind of changed as a whole, you know.
Yeah.
I think we as a country tend to cater to the small portion, and the rest of us are just normal folks, I would call it. It just seems like we're on the back burner for whatever reason, but generally it's money, you know.
Yeah, it's all about that mighty dollar, and if you don't have it, you can't see it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you get to see it.
I was going to be able to watch it anyway.
Yeah. Have you been to one live or no?
Yeah, we've been to one.
Yeah.
It's bucking that 100,000 people crowd, right? Not a very big fan of it.
Yeah, I'd rather. I don't know. There's a certain element about being in the mix of it and smelling it and hearing it close and all that. But at the same time, you know, I'd rather be sitting in my boxers watching it on the big screen and not dealing with all the people.
Yeah.
So.
Now, we'll tell you, we have gone to the NHRA.
Yes.
That is fantastic.
100% agreed. So Charlotte Motor Speedway has the 4-way.
Yeah.
And that sounds inappropriate as hell. But they have the 4. So what is a 4-way? And I know somebody's like, oh my God. Like, no. 4-way. 4-way is having 4 lanes together.
Right. Yeah.
And you could stand down, I don't know what you call it. I'm not that, almost the pit. You're literally one lane away from a funny car or a top fuel dragster. And when 4 of those things take off at the same time, I don't even know how to explain it. First time I was exposed to it, I was like, man, you could feel it. You know, you could feel it, and can't describe it. But another uninteresting fun fact. So when I first went, I smelled. So they use nitromethane, I think, right?
Yeah.
Well, what else is nitromethane? So I'm standing down there, my eyes are pouring, and I was like, I know the smell, you know, so it's driving me crazy. And then it hit me. I said, I remember being on the range, the rifle range, shooting M16, right? And and your eyes get to burning when you shoot. And I was like, that's the same stuff. I swear it is. And you know, now 20, 30 years ago, we couldn't just go look it up. You just had to rely. So I'm sitting there Googling that crap. And sure enough, nitromethane is made in the manufacture of powder. And I was like, that's exactly what I was smelling. And, you know, you look around and you're like, I wonder how many folks out here are going, I know the smell, you know. Like, I knew it. My eyes were watering because they always made me water when you'd shoot. I mean, they'd just be pouring water. It's like, what you crying for? It's like, I'm not freaking crying. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, we would go into the pits, and once they put the cars back together, they would fire it up to test it, make sure that it's hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Man, the fumes off of that would tear your eyes up. I mean, immediately you start crying.
Oh yeah. I almost want to bottle it, sell it. It's like, you guys gotta smell that, you know. I didn't know, you know, me being green, I went with a buddy of mine who went all the time. And I didn't know when they make a run like that, he said, yeah, I was like, where do they go? You know, they just go away. And he said, they're going back to rebuild the engine. I was like, no, they're not. He goes, dude, they rebuild the engine every time they run. I said, you're full of crap. And so we went and watched them do it. I was like, if Mr. Goodwrench would do that, you wouldn't have your car sitting in the freaking shop for a week at a time. It's like, those guys are amazing. I'd never seen anything like it. They literally tear that thing down to the nothing and
After
put it
every
back
pass.
together. Yeah. And in like 45 minutes, because they got to run again.
Yeah.
I was absolutely amazed. Never.
And I mean, they even take the not only the engine, but they tear the transmission apart too.
Yeah, somebody was explaining that it's a clutch system. It's a series of plates that just slam together, right? When they, you can hear them when they take off. I mean, it's fast, but those by the end of the run, they're literally welded together.
Yep.
And
and you could watch them take the clutch plates out.
Yeah,
and they're still smoking.
It's amazing, and then you think of the money. God Almighty.
Yeah.
That was quite an interesting thing. I enjoyed that. I would.
Well,
do that
and I tell you, kind of give a sponsor plug. VetTix is a huge supporter of NHRA.
Really?
And so they do give out tickets to NHRA events.
Hmm.
So if you're not following VetTix as a veteran, you should be.
Well, I need to look that up. Spelled just like it sounds.
I will send you a link.
Yeah. Share the link, baby. That'd be cool. You come down here and we meet in Charlotte and go watch that. That'd be awesome. God Almighty.
Yeah. To watch 4 passes at once.
Got to sit down there in the pit and listen to them things take off.
Yeah. Well, you can rubber your gizzards off.
It'll loosen your liver. So.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was quite an amazing event. Quite an amazing event.
But otherwise, not really too much going on this weekend. I know you guys had some storms. We had some storms blow through last week.
Yeah.
God bless Kentucky. They
absolutely
paid the price.
Prayers to Kentucky, buddy. Good Lord, I don't know. I need to leave my distilleries alone up there. I don't know if they're trying to take out my distilleries or what they're trying to do, but yeah, Kentucky's gotten beat up pretty bad here lately. We're blessed that they just bypass us. And of course, you guys got, I don't know, parts of Indiana got beat up pretty good too, I understand.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I had to call my people south of you guys, and I was like, hey, are y'all good? And they're like, yeah. And I forget whether they said it went south or north of them or whatever, but they were like, we watched the light show. I said, yeah, I bet you did. So,
yeah.
Got those rolling hills, man, all that open country out there. Those freaking things love to hit the ground and roll.
But then if you come up north, from Indy north, it's flat. So it just travels. That one traveled the last week, went for 15 miles, I think, on the ground.
I saw, of course, social media has video after video after video, and I'm over there hyperventilating watching it because I think a tornado is probably the most fascinating, scariest freaking thing I would ever experience.
Until you're in there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's something else that would be worse, but you can't control it. That's the thing. It's like I can, even with another person trying to harm you, you have a chance of talking them out of it, but you can't do anything with tornado or wind. I hate the wind. I think they need to just stop it. I just want to breathe,
Blow the leaves off the trees.
Yeah, just a little bit of a breeze would be nice.
Yeah, so there's really not much going on. I know this day in music and history.
Yeah.
Eminem, everybody knows Marshall Mathers.
Who?
He,
I'm kidding.
Eminem.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, plain, not peanut.
Oh,
Releases his third studio album, the Marshall Mathers LP.
and
It was
what
the
year was
fastest selling studio album ever.
that? What year?
2000.
God, it's things like that that make you go,
Hmm.
dadgum. I mean, that's been
25 years
ago. And I remember it. I remember when he was hot, you know.
Yep.
Jeez Louise, man. Thanks for that. I think I'll be depressed the rest of this freaking thing. Jesus Christ. I know we're old, but damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Here's something interesting you probably didn't know, that roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin. Well, that explains a whole lot. I didn't know that. Did you?
I did not know that.
I mean, is it true? Well, it's got to be. It's on the freaking internet, right?
Did they just put it on there? Has it always been in there?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Have you seen the videos of babies doing like podcasts? Like
Yeah, you sent me one the other. Oh
I
my
did.
God. It's amazing how your brain watches that, and then you hear them, and you know that doesn't go together. Like it's like you're fighting it, but you just can't quit watching it, right? You can't unsee it, but you can't look away either.
And some of it is so hilarious.
It is funny. And
I mean, they're making videos out of everything now, not just podcasting.
yeah, who came up with it? Somebody came up with that. Somebody thought, hey, let's just try this. And I mean, it's amazing. I think it's hilarious.
Well, let me give you another little fun fact.
All right.
I know everybody likes ketchup, but in the 1830s, tomato ketchup was sold as a medicine, not just as a condom.
A
It was
medicine?
believed to cure indigestion, diarrhea, and even jaundice.
Ketchup.
Yeah,
And here I've been putting it on my fries this whole time.
and probably will this weekend too.
The whole time I was medicating myself. I didn't know.
Right. Keeping you regular.
I medicated myself yesterday. I didn't realize it. I think Coca-Cola was the same thing, was it not? Wasn't it originally some type of medicine?
Yep. Just because I had cocaine in it.
Well, that explains that. I was wondering why I can't quit drinking. Have you tried? Don't snort Coca-Cola though. Good God Almighty! You ever had it
That
come up
burns.
through your nose? Ooh,
Yeah, that burns.
wee.
That'll burn the hair right off of it.
That'll make a believer out of you. Don't snort Coca-Cola through your nose. People, don't do it.
And then don't belch Coca-Cola through your nose because it's just this as bad.
Just as bad. Yeah. You've seen them like soak meat in Coca-Cola and like bend the chicken leg in half. It's just like rubbery, and it's like we're sitting there drinking the hell out of it like it's freaking water.
Well, it takes battery acid off your car battery.
It does. Yeah. We've actually done that more than once.
Yeah.
Immediately. That's crazy. Well, we got to do something serious. What you want to talk about serious?
How your mama now?
I said serious. Mama's doing well. She hard-headed is I don't know where I got it from. Probably got it from her, but all is well on my end.
That's good. That's good.
Hope all is well on yours.
Not too
Had
bad.
Mother's Day recently. My birthday is right around Mother's Day, so we try to make one big celebration. If you May, God, I don't know what it was about May babies, but Jesus Christ, there's a bunch of them. I got probably 10, 11 friends that were born at some point in May, And ironically, 4 or 5 of us are really close. Not the same year, but the same day, basically, like 13th, 14th, 17th, that sort of thing, But like Larry the Cable Guy said, they're like, "When's your birthday?" It's like, "Well, May 13th." They're like, "What year?" And I'm like, "Every year." I mean, what are you? I mean, damn, what are you talking about? Every year, jeez.
And if you don't want to celebrate, you don't have to.
Yeah, well,
But I'm going to.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't, I don't care whether you like it or not. I'm just thankful to get there. Now it's like it's not about gifts or none of that crap. It's like, hey, another year gone. And thankful for that.
Yeah. Be very blessed when we get another trip around the sun.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thrilled to death about it.
And now that our age, especially, we're thankful just to be able to wake up and see the next day.
Yeah, we're getting at the age where you start losing friends, and some of them are earlier than now, and man, that really puts that in perspective for you. It's like, man, life is short. That's what I was talking about the other day. It's like it's short, and you're literally playing in a game. Every other game, NASCAR, basketball, football, soccer, think about it. Everything has a time. It's a timed event, right?
Yep.
Everything except life. Hell, you don't even know the rules. When you get into life, you don't know. You learn them as you go. Some people learn them quick. Some learn them, slower. But at the end of the day, man, we don't get to watch the clock.
Yeah.
So you got to spend that time wisely, and I'm guilty of it, and I think most of us are, and some people aren't. I wish I could be that guy, but you don't spend time worrying about things you can't change. You worry about things that you can change right now. Live for today, and it's so hard to do. We live in such a fast-paced world that we're go, go, go. Hell, I spent 4 hours today worrying about shit I need to do 2 weeks from now, and I'm not guaranteed 2 weeks from now. So why would I spend that time? I wasted what I have right now, and that's something important I think we all need to work on.
And to go on additional to that, as a public service announcement, if you listeners are out there and you're thinking, man, I need to get to the doctor, if you haven't made a doctor's appointment yet to get your yearly checkup or even a checkup in general, please do. Because it's just like Kevin said, tomorrow's never promised, and we don't know how much longer this game is going to play.
Yeah, I'm bad. I hate the doctor. I hate getting poked and prodded.
Yeah.
This ain't no social call. I don't know what you're doing, but I don't. I hate going. But yeah, you need to go. You need to kind of know what's going on with you.
Especially as you get older.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, I had to. Well, I know you are. I had too, but you talked about it in your 30s because you heard it from the people that were in their 50s. They're like, "Oh man, you got to go get a colonoscopy." I'm like, I ain't doing that. And so 50 rolls around. I'm like, I think I'll wait. And then finally, it's like, I don't want to do it. And I didn't want to do it. It sucked, but I got it done. And hey, see you in 10 years. I'm like, whew, thank the Lord.
Well, and now, I mean, it used to be when you're 50, you get it done, but now they moved it down to 40.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But the best part about getting a colonoscopy, and it's not the up periscope, okay? It's when the nurse says you cannot leave here until you fart. And I always say, game on.
You don't know who you just challenged. You clearly don't know me very well, do you? You stand right there, because it ain't going to take but a second. When I went, they, so early on, they would put you under, right? And anesthesia sucked. My wife had it way earlier than me. And I remember, I went with her, of course. She was freaking zombie and just sick, right? Well, now they use propofol, And all I know is I didn't invent that shit. I can tell you that. I said, can I take some of this home? And of course they said no. And then some guy came out in a coat and said, I might have some, but whatever. But, they put me under. They're like, I'm like, the person came in and said, hey, have you ever had propofol? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, the only thing I would tell him, I'm no different here than I am anywhere else. I'm like, don't you let me die. Damn it.
Yeah.
I came in here to get my ass reamed and you gonna let me die. That doesn't make sense. I'm like, don't you let me die. He goes, you ain't gonna die. I'm like, oh, well, I'm thinking, well, what the hell if I do? What am I gonna do? But anyway, you just sitting there. I watched them pump it in my hand and I was gone. I mean,
well, especially when they tell you to count back from 100. So you get to 100, 99. and you wake up. 98.
Like nothing happened. Like
97.
Nothing happened. Yeah. You're like, what happened? What just happened? Why is my ass sore? I don't understand. But it's like I see the light, and you're supposed to run from don't run toward the light. What are you doing? I'm like, I can't stop. So, out you go. And then they're like, Kevin. I'm like, yeah. They're like, how you doing? I'm like, what do you mean, how am I doing? I'm doing fine. They're like, okay. And I'm like, why am I here? They're like, you're done. I'm like, I'm done. They're like, you're done. I'm like, wow, hell, I walked out of there, dude.
Yeah.
I walked out of there. I was like, I don't feel anything. I was like, you wake up just absolutely normal. And I'm like, well, hell, that wasn't so bad at all, But getting wheeled in there.
It's a good thing they put you under.
Huh?
It's a good thing they put you under.
Because
you don't want to feel both hands on your shoulders.
Again, I'm like I am now everywhere. It doesn't matter. And they wheel me in there. I said, boy, I'm glad to see y'all, all fucking 10 of you. Oh my God. How many of y'all does it take? Don't y'all be laughing at my damn asshole. Now, I mean, come on now. And it's like, God, how many? Well, this is an intern, and this is just. I'm like, that's a freaking kid right there. What is this one doing in here? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, God. I'm like, put me the hell out now. Go on and do it. All right, sit here and talk. But I don't know. I think, it kind of erases your memory too. And so.
Yeah, because you've been violent.
I'm over there in the corner crying. Anyway, so the anesthetist guy came in there and goes, you good? I was like, well, yeah, I'm good. What? Yeah. He goes, man, I had to give you a lot. I was like, what is that about? And he just said, I just had to give you a lot, dude. I'm like, okay. And he walked out. I was like, what does that mean? The only thing I can think of is I was probably getting coherent or something. They're like, oh shit, give him some more. That's the only thing I could think of, but I was like, no, I'm fine. But that's some awesome stuff, man. I was like, I don't know why they hadn't been using that this whole time. Literally walk out of there,
Yeah.
But I've never been so hungry in all my life. I know that. Jesus. But yeah, thank God we ain't got to do that every other day. So, or every
10 years.
Yeah. You don't have any issues. I had a friend of mine who died from it, and they didn't catch it, and of course it was too far progressed, and they had no idea, and that's the scary thing. It's like that's a small inconvenience to at least check that off,
Yeah, that's why I'm glad we found ours, or found mine early on.
Yeah.
Well, we're still fighting the fight, but I couldn't imagine if my stubborn ass would have kept saying that it's just indigestion.
Yeah. Yeah, you are stubborn though.
It comes with age.
I'm thinking not on that, but whatever.
It's all, it sounded good.
Well, I mean, I think the average person would have bought it. I think they'd be like, yeah, he's gotten older, he's just stubborn.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
far
I
from
don't know you
average.
30 years ago. You're pretty goddamn hard headed then too, but
That hasn't changed.
yeah, mine hadn't either. Mine hadn't either. I'm just a lot grayer and a lot meaner. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't fight anymore.
No, no,
For
no.
one, I don't want them to bleed on me because that'll just really piss me off.
I don't want to. I don't want to cut myself. You know what I mean? It's like everybody wants to punch in the mouth. I'm not punching nobody in the mouth. You know.
I'll punch you in the throat, but I ain't gonna punch you in the mouth.
That's what I was thinking. I'll punch you in the. Well, it'll be a little lower than that, but I ain't gonna cut my knuckles up on your face. You know. Well, that's funny.
So what are you guys gonna do this weekend? Just go stay around the house?
So tomorrow we're gonna cook. I took a butt out of the freezer. They we have food lines around here, and so they'll run butts 99 cents a pound.
You could.
Yeah, I mean, so you can get a pretty good sized pork butt for $10. You know, you can't beat that. So anytime they go on sale, a lot of times they'll limit. You know, you can only have two. It's like, okay, watch this.
I'll be back 14 times.
Yeah, y'all screwed around and put like 3 freaking food lines in a 10-mile radius. So how does that gonna work for you? I'll tell you how it's gonna work. We're just gonna go to every one of them and get as many as we want. You know, so we do. We usually get 4, 5. Sometimes we'll have 6, and we just keep them. You know. So I got one of them thawing now. I'll brine it tomorrow and probably cook it Sunday. So we'll have that for Monday. You know, it's we're doing that. Got a couple people coming tomorrow, and we'll do a little bit of cookout. I think we're gonna cook some quail on the pit boss and tell stories. These are guys I grew up with, you know. So we're doing that, and just gonna love the day off. I think Sunday night we're gonna go sit on the cornfields. We got a little hog infestation that we need to go tend to.
Nice.
So we're set up to night hunt where we are. I don't know if y'all can do that there. You can here. You just have to register your property. So we did that, so we can go hunt hogs and coyotes at night. A lot of we have a lot of corn getting planted on our club from the landowner, and so you know they'll go in there and absolutely terrorize it. And, we're going to go terrorize them, I think. And that's about it. What about y'all? Y'all got anything fun going on, or just NASCAR? You said.
We're staying at home for the most part. Tomorrow night we're going to go watch the Fishers Freight indoor football game.
Huh.
It is Military Appreciation Night. VetTix supplied the tickets again.
Cool.
We haven't had arena football in a long time, so the city of Fishers, Indiana, has been blessed with arena football. They built a Fishers Event Center strictly for sporting events.
Nice.
So we latched on to some tickets, and we're going to go tomorrow night. And then Sunday we're going to watch the Rays, probably cook out.
Yeah, you got to cook out.
Yeah, and then Monday just relax until it's time to go back to work on Tuesday.
We were laughing. I said Monday I'll be recovering, and then have to go back to work. You know, Tuesday. But yeah, good man. That sounds like I think that's what you're supposed to do this weekend. I think it makes sense. And
just to decompress a little bit.
Absolutely. If you don't, we're just. You ever seen? You ever put a gas can in the sun?
The ones that swell up on you?
Yeah. So we're the same way. You know, it's like you get pressure, and if you're not properly vented, then you're going to swell and eventually bust. And so a properly vented gas can, you can sit in the sun all day long. Won't even swell. So we're kind of the same way. So I look at it that way. It's like we need a little bit of time. It's not a lot of time, just a little bit, just to lighten the load, you know, and then get back in the trenches. So
right.
I'm looking forward to that. That's good. How long? Oh man, we've been on 37 minutes.
Yeah.
People
Pretty
ain't,
good.
yeah, well, I guess they're getting
And
tired.
nobody's left yet.
That's our audience has been freaking spectacular. Nobody's
Yeah.
mouthing off. I mean, it's been great.
They should. I mean, they should have mouthed off a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't recommend it. So,
Yeah.
we can be fun and laugh, but I will bite you in the face. So
Yeah, I'll rip your cheek right off.
I'll rip it. Somebody thought that chip was funny, but yeah, I forgot about those. We need to use those more often. That's pretty funny. That is hilarious. That's cool. That's cool.
I think we should conclude for the evening,
Yeah.
and we'll let the listeners get off since it's their weekend as well. So
Sure.
we'll
Until
just
next
let them
time.
go, and we'll hopefully see everybody soon on the next episode of the Echo Chamber.
Yeah.
Take care.